Welcome to Selfish Confidence, a place where we can connect and be real about how hard it is to be your damn self. My name is Jess, and my goal is to help you build confidence and belief in yourself to live any life path you want, even if it's unconventional. It's time to flip off societal pressures and connect with women who've also felt on the outside by their life choices. We're here to encourage you to grab the mic and speak your truth. I know it can be scary, but we're in this together. Let's get started. Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of the Selfish Confidence Podcast. It's Jess here, and I really wanted to do that with like a Mario accent. I don't know if everyone's been out to see the Mario movie yet and be like, it's me, Jess. But we're just going to roll with it today. I have been wanting to see the Mario movie, but I haven't yet. So no spoilers over here. But for some reason, that's what popped into my head today, was to be like Mario. So I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I'm so grateful for you for tuning into this podcast. Whether it's your first time here or you've been tuning in to every single episode, I'm really grateful that you're here and that you're a part of this community. When I first started this podcast, I had no idea where it was going to go and what was going to happen and who I would become through the process of doing it. And it has just blown my freaking mind on what can happen when you follow your heart and you follow your gut and you do what feels freaking good for you. Even if it's unconventional, even if it's different, even if the world can't see what it is that you want, even if the world doesn't understand why you would want something so crazy, why you'd want to share your life publicly or share what's on your heart or sit down and commit to 2 episodes a week for the last year and a half. But here's the thing. I understand. I get it. I love coming down and sitting on this mic and chilling in my comfortable corner over here. The Confidence Corner has the most comfortable chair that I found on an auction site for $24. So proud of that deal. It's pink. It's perfect. It is so Confidence Corner with my LED lights, and I'm sitting here on 9 p.m. on a Wednesday night recording this episode for you. And I wouldn't do that had I not loved you and loved this community and loved creating something that truly feels like my call. I know you won't believe this, but I'm actually really shy. I've always been the shy kid, the quiet one in the back of the room, the one that didn't want to be seen, that didn't want to be heard. And I still really struggle with speaking up in conversations and being seen in public as who I am. So this platform, allowing myself a space where I can share whatever the heck is on my mind, whatever is on my heart, has been the greatest gift. It's really allowed me to shine in a way that I didn't know was possible, and I'm still working on my confidence in public, 100%. I want to be myself. If you remember my old intro from back in the day, I want to be myself just as comfortable and confident as I am, curled up on the couch with my husband, as I am out at a big party with tons of people around. I want to be confident in the clothes that I wear and in the way that I speak up about what it is that's important to me and the way I can just tell someone what's new in my life. I went for a walk with someone today and I was like, I'm so glad to see you. I haven't seen you in so long, but I was very anxious about having to do the updates. Like, what's new in your life? I absolutely hate that question. It makes me so uncomfortable. But I want to be able to answer that with confidence. I want to be able to just walk in a room and be myself. And I'm guessing that you being here, whether you're new here or you've been here for a long time, you're probably the same way, right? You want to be able to feel like yourself everywhere you go. You want to walk into a room that just like, you're just like, hey, I'm here. It's me. Whatever your name is. It's me, Jess. I am here. Mario's here. Please don't judge me for my Mario accents today. But there's just something about that energy, right? Walking into a room and just be like, it's me. I'm here. I'm not going to be a wallflower today. I'm going to be me. I'm going to shine. And you're going to freaking love it. And even if you don't, that's okay. I'm still going to be me. And that's going to be the greatest gift. And there's something really powerful in that. So I'm on a mission for this for myself, but also for you. I want to be able to do this with you. This is like a come with me podcast. Like we figure this out together. It has never been a place where I'm like, I have all the confidence. Come on, I'll show you how to do it. No, we're doing this together. We're figuring it out. We're navigating our 30s and we're just learning what works best for us. We're navigating career changes and understanding what we want and standing up for what it is that we believe in and just figuring out life. I don't know about you, but life can be really freaking hard. Making these decisions and making choices for ourselves can be really hard. And that's why I really wanted to talk about this concept of making choices with confidence today. And I have made a few episodes before where there is no wrong choice. There's no wrong decision that you can make. And that is 100% still the truth. There is no wrong decision. Whatever decision you make is the right one. 100%. I know that for a fact because every decision I've made in my life is the right one. Have I made mistakes? Heck yeah. Have I dated the wrong people? Heck yeah. But that doesn't mean that they were mistakes. Everything was a learning lesson. Everything got me here. Everything got me to starting this podcast, to building a business and creating a community. The sisterhood is on fire with incredible women. And yesterday I had this moment of, I only thought of this idea just a few months ago. It's something I always wanted, but really actioning it out and creating it happened late last year when I was on a retreat. And last night, someone did a workshop for us all on money mindset. Her name's Emily King, and it was actually at her retreat, her and Gina Keeping's retreat last year, where I just thought of this idea, and I was like, do you think this is a good idea? I don't know. Like, I feel like, anyways, I really doubted that I could make it happen or how it would look. And it was just a full circle moment last night, having Emily speak in the community and how far it's come in just a short period of time. All that came from me failing forward and making a few choices. And they just happened to be the right choices because every choice is the right choice. You can't mess this up. You cannot get this wrong. Of course, again, you're going to fail, or going to learn, or going to make mistakes, but there's no such thing as the wrong choice. And that leads me into what I want to talk to you about today. Again, confidence with choices. But I had this idea that came up the other day, and I have no idea where this came from, but I just had this moment where I was thinking about a Goosebumps novel. Like right back to the 90s, I was flipping through my Goosebumps novel, and if you don't know what that is, you are young, or maybe you're really old. We have a wide spectrum of ages here, so you do you. But if you don't know what a Goosebumps novel is, it's back in the day, we had these books and you could actually choose the ending. And I know most of you probably can visualize that with me, but there were different parts of the book that it would say, like, do you want to get eaten by the zombies? Because again, these were essentially horror stories for children, but they would say things like, did you want to fight the zombies or did you want to run away? Whatever it is, there was different endings, and they had these on every couple pages, and you got to really choose the path that you took. And again, there was no wrong ending to the story. There was just different stories within the story. There was no wrong turn that you could take. There was just alternate endings. And it was really freaking cool as a kid to make those decisions because we didn't really get to do a lot of that stuff. We didn't get to make big decisions. And the deciding between, fighting a zombie and running away was really cool and exciting. It made reading a lot more fun. So if you're with me and you can visualize these books that we had as kids, where there was just a collection of them, there's all different stories, and you got to choose the ending, just sit with me on that for a second. And never in a million years did I ever think that I would use these Goosebumps novels in a podcast analogy, but this came out of nowhere the other day, and I know wholeheartedly it was what I needed to talk about today. So think about that. We're flipping through these books, we're getting to make these choices, we're getting to make decisions, and for the most part, we don't think twice about them. They're really simple. Plus, it's fiction. So really, it didn't matter which one you were taking. But you could answer with confidence, wholeheartedly, the route you wanted to take. Fall into the pit of spiders, or these stories were quite scary. I'm not going to lie to you. But fall into the pit of spiders or eat a bowl of spaghetti. I don't really remember totally what all the analogies were or what the scenarios were. I should have gone to the library and got a Goosebumps book just so that I could use it today. But you had choices. You had choices on every couple pages, and you could choose with confidence. And I know, I hear you. I can hear you saying, yeah, Jess, but it was just a book. I was a kid. It didn't matter. And I can feel those emotions rising up as I say that because it did matter. Every decision you've made mattered. The decisions you made today, the choices you made today mattered. What you had for breakfast, where you're going for lunch, can you tell I'm kind of hungry? What you're doing after work today, where you signed your kids up for lessons this week, what route you're going to take on the way home, whether you're going to wash your face before bed or not. I feel you on that one, okay? There's so many choices that we make every single day that you don't think twice about, that you just do with confidence. And that's your reminder that you know how to make decisions. 100%, I am confident that you know how to make decisions. It's just sometimes we get stuck in that paralysis of making the right or the wrong decision with some of these bigger ones. So I wanted to give you a few tips today that are going to help you to walk into these big decisions that you have, the ones that are holding you back from taking action in your life and following your dreams in some way, the ones that you use as an excuse to not show up, even though you've been saying you've wanted this for so freaking long. Today we're going to step into it. And the first thing that I want you to do when it comes to your confidence around choices, and the first one is really get comfortable with those long-term goals. Again, remember, there's no such thing as a wrong choice or a wrong decision here. These are just things that are going to help you finally make a choice. Whatever that is, if it's the yes or the no, if it's the spiders or the spaghetti, I don't know where you're going. It's just a matter of you making a choice. And that really starts with you having a great foundation in those long-term goals that you have. What do you want? What's on your heart? Where do you want to go? What's next? If money was no object at all, where would you go? What would you do? What would you be doing for work? And really solidify those long-term goals that you have. And once you have a better idea of those long-term goals, I want you to stop asking others what you should do. What should I do? Huh? I have these ideas. Or I'm thinking of doing A or B. What do you think? I have noticed over the years, this just messes me up more. I can be so solid and firm in a decision, but I'm like, I'll just ask, this person for their opinion. And their opinion is totally different than mine. And then I don't know about you, I get caught up in my head and I'm like, oh, well, did I make the wrong choice? I don't know. Maybe I should have done this. Or, well, maybe I should go with theirs because that's what they would like. I've done this a lot with event locations or with just different offers in my business. And don't get me wrong, I do like opinions for certain things. But if it's something that I know what I really want, like I've made the choice, but I just thought, well, maybe I should ask so-and-so. No, don't do it. It's just going to confuse you more. So you need to stop asking others what you should do. Really get solid on those long-term goals. Really figure out what it is you want and make some decisions around it. Of course, we can have conversations and we can, ask for support in some things, but I really think it's important that you make these decisions on your own and you do it with confidence. The choice is always yours. And I know that some of our choices affect a lot of people, but the important thing is that it's your choice and that you follow through on that. And if you're feeling really stuck to make a decision confidently, I want you to make a pros and cons list. I am a big fan of pros and cons list. It could be back from in university, picking who I was going to date based on pros and cons list, or even just like where I'm going to get dinner. I've been doing this a lot lately with retreat decisions, things that I'm just trying to, put together different surprises for the girls and some treats and especially food, like making pros and cons list on what it is that we're going to have to eat at the retreat, top priority always. And just those little things can really make a big difference when it comes to just deciding the pros and cons. So what are the pros of the decisions that you want? What's that choice that you've been thinking of lately and you're just like, well, maybe I want to go back to school. What's the pros of going back to school? What's the course you want to take? What are the pros of it? And what are the cons? Maybe it's the pros can be, new education, new people I'm going to meet, having opportunities for different ideas that I want. And maybe the cons can be, price or time commitment, or I have to move to a different spot. There can be a vast difference in your pros and your cons. It's just a matter of navigating them and figuring out sometimes if those cons are really enough for you to say yes or to say no. And after you've done your pros and cons list, you might hate me for this one, but I really want you to trust your gut. No, I know you're saying, Jess, my gut has steered me wrong before. No, it hasn't. No, it hasn't. You just didn't know what you needed at that time, okay? Listen to your gut. You know that feeling when you're driving home from work and you just have this gut feeling that you should turn at this one set of lights instead of going straight. You go straight every single day, but for some reason you have this gut feeling to turn. And then you go home and you're just cruising along. And then later you got home and realized there was an accident right where you were going to go. That gut feeling of just simply turning a different direction guided you away from being stuck in traffic or maybe being in an accident. But what is your gut telling you? As you look at these dreams that you have and you look at your pros and cons list, what are you feeling in your gut? What's the first thing that came to your head? And if you're a fan of human design, which I am, I love human design, look into what that decision-making process is through your chart and see what the best decision-making process is for you, because learning this for myself was really helpful. It has helped me in different areas to just know, to trust like my first instincts. For everyone, it's different. And so I would really challenge you to find out more about your human design, look at your chart. And if you're like, I don't know what you're talking about, just send me a message. I'm happy to connect you with someone who knows what they're talking about and would really want to support you and help you to understand yourself more through this. But there's something really cool in it about the decision-making process. And for me, it's about trusting the gut instinct, like first off the bat. What's the first thing I felt? And go with that. And it only happens once for me. I get the gut instinct. It's not staying. It gives it to me once. And they're like, here you go. Trust it. Trust it from the start. You know what the right answer is. You know what's right for you, because there's no wrong answer. You can step into all decisions with confidence, knowing that there's no wrong answer. You can't make the wrong choice, especially when you know the big picture, you know what you want, and maybe the way to get there looks different, just like a Goosebumps novel. You're in control of the ending. You're in control of every decision. And every day you get to make a choice, just like flipping through those pages and making a decision on where you're going to go next. Every day you get to make a choice. And we don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. I'm not a person to get morbid on here, but the truth is we do not know what's coming tomorrow. So if today was your last day, what choice would you make? What would you be doing? Is it what you're doing right now? Is it how you're living right now? And if it's not, we got to change that, because truly we do not know what tomorrow brings. And I really hate thinking about that, but it's the truth. And if that gives you the push in the right direction to make a choice, to follow your heart, to just go with what's in your gut, then I'm pushing you there. I'm telling you. What would you do if today was your last day? I love you so much, and I am so glad that I get to watch your Goosebumps story play out. And I really hope that this story is not filled with spiders and zombies and slime and all the things that those books were filled with, but it's filled with what lights you up and what comes easy and what makes you feel good and what makes you feel truly aligned. You can do this. You can make a choice with confidence. You can really sit down and, just to recap the things that we talked about today, it's looking at those long-term goals and stop asking others what you should be doing, making a pros and cons list, and trusting your gut. You know what you need to do. You know what choice is right for you right now, so follow it. There's no such thing as a wrong choice, and I believe in you. If you have been loving Selfish Confidence and these episodes, it would mean the world to me if you shared this podcast episode on your stories or with a friend. You can text it to her. You can email everybody that you know and share the word, because it's so important to me that women see themselves, that they know they can make confident choices, and that they can confidently stand up for themselves in this world. I think most of us still really struggle with this, myself included, and I know that the more we can get together, the more we can build community around this, we'll start to learn more about ourselves and make decisions that feel freaking good, that we'll be able to speak up and be ourselves and be able to go to the parties and wear the beautiful dresses, the ones that we want to wear, but we're just like not sure we should. Fuck the should. We are wearing the dresses, we're going out, and we're being ourselves, and it's going to truly transform and change your life when you do. And same with those who you share this podcast with. I am so grateful that you're here, and I'm so grateful that you're a part of the Selfish community. And I truly hope you have a beautiful week filled with many decisions, from what you're having for breakfast to if you're going to brush your teeth before bed, even though you ate that last chocolate bar, to deciding to move to Thailand. Whatever it is that you need to make a decision on, I'm here for you, girl, and I can't wait to hear about it. Talk to you soon.
What's up, sis? I am so glad we could hang out today. If you love this episode, send it to a friend or share it on your social media and tag me so I can personally thank you for helping me sprinkle some confidence in the world. And don't forget, you are magic. Let's show the world your shine.